The Office of Parent Engagement and Students First are pleased to present a special presentation by a group of high school counselors on the subject of college readiness, to better inform students and parents about this sometimes overwhelming process. They offer tips from elementary through high school to provide a good overview on what families should be thinking about every step of the way. Here's a look.
College readiness is something that begins in the early stages of a child's development, from the early years in school. Let's talk about elementary school even, for example. Starting at a very young age, students should have a quiet and comfortable place to do their work at home. They should have a planner to keep organized so that they can share with you what is going on at school. And you should be in constant communication with their teachers and counselors and anybody else at school who you feel could help you understand the programs, the curriculum, and what's going on in your children's classrooms.
Now we're going to talk a little bit about ninth grade, the transition into ninth grade. Ninth grade is a lot of time the most difficult year of high school for our high school students. It's a giant transition going from 8th grade, from the middle school, and then going into ninth grade, because then students start to earn credits, which will then actually show in the transcript, and then that is what starts to go when you start building your resume towards your college application. In ninth grade, you do not move on to the next level until you actually pass your credits and then start to work towards the graduation credits. The minimum requirements for credits in graduation in New York State is 22 credits. Students have to earn 4 credits in English, 4 credits in social studies, 3 credits in science, 3 credits in math, and they have to have 2 credits in phys ed and a half credit in health. There are elective credits that need to get students to the 22 credits required for graduation, and there is also Regents exam requirements. Students need to pass a series of 5 Regents exams in order to earn a Regents diploma. Students must receive a 65 or above on all 5 of these Regents exams. And those 5 exams currently are the Integrated Algebra exam, 1 Science Regents exam, which could come from living environment, earth science, or chemistry. There has to be the Global Studies exam, the U.S. History exam, as well as the English Language Arts exam.
As 10th graders, it starts to become, like Mr. Murphy said, very important that kids realize that this is when their credits start to count towards graduation. And they need to realize, and parents need to realize, that the final grades for 9th and 10th grade start to show on a high school transcript, which is what is sent to colleges when kids start applying. So I think a lot of kids think that their junior and senior year are what really count for college, but really it's starting right at that 9th grade level. So 9th and 10th grade, you really want to make sure that your student starts to take challenging courses and that you're monitoring their progress and you're aware of what they need for graduation in terms of not only their credits but their Regents exams as well. This is the first year they'll take the PSAT, which is a preliminary scholastic aptitude test. The district has offered the PSAT free for students. They usually take it on a Wednesday in October. This is offered to sophomores and juniors every year, so students have the opportunity to be exposed to a standardized test, such as the PSAT, so that they can prepare themselves for when they actually take the SAT.
It now costs $47 for your child to sit for the SAT. However, if your child is eligible for the district's free or reduced lunch program, counselors can give students a fee waiver for up to 2 SATs or 2 ACT sittings. The difference between the 2 tests, the SAT is an aptitude test. It tests general skills, whereas the ACT is an achievement test and tests students on knowledge that they have learned throughout high school in general subject areas, English, science, social studies, math, and so on. The 11th grade year in high school is a very important year. As in 10th grade, the 11th graders will take the PSAT once again in October in preparation for when they take the Scholastic Aptitude Test in the spring of their junior year. When they take the PSAT as an 11th grader, they have an opportunity to earn enough points on those exams to perhaps be eligible for a college scholarship. That would be called the National Merit Scholarship. Students have to score at a particular level and have to score better than a certain percentage of other 11th graders all around the country who are taking the test on the same day in order to earn that scholarship potential. In the spring, they will be taking the Scholastic Aptitude Test, and that would be a good time for them to start looking at colleges. Visiting colleges is very important. A student really can't determine if a campus is suitable for them unless they visit and take a tour and eat in the dining hall and visit a dorm room and maybe even have an interview. Talk to students on campus, talk to a professor in the department that you're planning to apply to. So visiting colleges, taking challenging courses, keeping in touch with teachers and school counselors are all things that are extremely important in the 11th grade year. That means that if your child is struggling, the first thing should be to get help. Sometimes your school counselor can direct you to tutoring opportunities. Sometimes there are opportunities right in the building in the way of academic intervention services. Students can get support in math, in global studies, and in a variety of other subjects. So please keep posted and keep in mind how your child is doing throughout the year. Continue to attend parent-teacher conferences, continue to be in touch with your counselors, and continue to be aware of your child's curriculum, how they're doing in school, are they completing homework, and so on and so forth.
We do recommend that our students who have taken the SAT in the spring, if they would like to register and take it again in the fall, or if students have not yet taken the SAT, that they do register to take it at the beginning of their senior year. Waiting too long can cause you to miss application deadlines, and that's a really big part of the beginning of their senior year. Filling out college applications takes a lot of organization. We recommend that students come prepared with some ideas of schools that they're interested in applying to. We also give suggestions and feedback on those schools and try to help students find schools that may fit what they're looking for. Again, the college visit is very important. Visiting a school and stepping onto the campus can really sometimes make the difference in deciding if it's the right place for you. In the fall of your child's senior year, you and your child should be very comfortable with coming in to visit with the counselor and going over the application, what's required for the application, the deadlines. Also included in that is making sure that your student, that their college essay is written and that it's been looked over by a professional, maybe an English teacher. And also that if the school that your child's applying to needs letters of recommendation, that the child is pursuing those with teachers who they feel know them well and can speak to their academic qualities.
College applications also cost money. Fee waivers are available for college applications as well. Students, again, who are eligible and signed up for the free or reduced lunch program can ask their counselors to provide fee waivers for them for the college applications as well.
Other factors to think about when applying to colleges involve what specific applications you're going to use when applying to colleges. Many schools across the country accept what's called a common application, which links many private universities throughout the country to streamline the college application process. Locally, schools that accept a common application involve the University of Rochester, Nazareth, RIT, and other schools as well. There is also what's called the SUNY application for students that are thinking to apply for SUNY, which is State University of New York. The SUNY has its own common application as well, which students can then apply and use up to, if they use the online website, they can apply to up to 6 schools at one time. There is also the option to look into community colleges, which can either be used on the SUNY application, or many colleges have their own institutional application, which may cost less money or may not even cost money at all to apply to. So there are various options to use when applying to college. So the best thing to do is to meet with your son or daughter's counselor to figure out which is the correct path to go to and actually determine the applications.
Come to curriculum night in your high schools, attend open houses, attend parent-teacher conferences, college nights, financial aid nights. There are many opportunities within the individual buildings as well as within the district, so that you should always be aware of what your child is facing in their individual high schools.